So here we go. After literally no requests, here we are with the first Ryetec podcast.
It's the Ryetec Roundup, I think we should call it. It's Friday afternoon. Well, this is our weekly catch-up anyway, so we're just letting you in on it, if it's of any interest.
Well, cheers to that.
So we always split the G.
Well, try.
Oh, we try to. Nobody will be able to do it this time now.
Oh dear.
We're
all a bit thirsty.
Oh, my word.
We're nervous.
Well,
Yeah, well, Max is the worst anyway, as usual.
Thirsty.
But I think if we're going to dive right into a bit of the first one, find out a bit of where Ryetec came from, where it started.
Oh, blimey, I don't know that I can remember that far
It'll
back.
be a bit
Well, I
fuzzy.
definitely can't.
Normally you've got a good memory from years ago. It's only recent stuff. Long before Max was even born.
1992. When were you born?
10 years you'd been going. I'm 2002.
Scary, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
But George wasn't here either.
Yeah, true. Yeah, year before I came along.
Yeah, exactly. And
So it was going well for the first year, and then it all went
Yeah,
downhill.
it's
downhill.
gone downhill since then. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think back through the mists of time. Because we had another family business called Harrison Hire and Sales, which still exists, which my sister runs. I was part of that. I was selling in that, and I got an inquiry for somebody wanted a machine to pick leaves up, and I couldn't find anything that would do the job. And so we started with my then brother-in-law manufacturing this leaf suction machine, and we thought we could maybe sell a few, but we didn't really want to hire them out, and Harrison Hire and Sales clearly mentioned hire in priority to sales. So we needed a different company name. We live in Rydale, so we conjured up this Ritech name, which sounded really strange and didn't sort of slip off the tongue quite maybe like it does now, because we're so used to it. So anyway, that was how the Ritech name came about.
Are you glad of the way you spelt it?
I'm not. 'Cause
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter which way we spelled
I've had
it.
so many different spellings of it.
It would get spelt wrong by somebody.
Ryetec.
not R-Y-T-E-C or R-Y-E-T-E-K.
Or
Well,
T-E-C-H.
the important bit about the E on the R-Y-E, it's rye, as in the crop rye. That's where Rydale comes from, so that's why it has an E in it.
Ah, there you go.
Lesson learned.
And tech, hey, how very technological. That was about the thought process. You don't realise back then how important these things are.
So you look at it
business.
now, and I think it stood the test of time very well. If you have to name a business, it's a hard thing to do. Whereas to me, the logo looks good. It's a strong name, isn't it? Ryetec. Whether that's the brand we built
It
or
doesn't
whatever
tie
it
us
is,
to anything either.
Exactly, and it's not Mark Harrison machinery or anything like that. It's,
Grass cutters arrows or whatever. It doesn't. We can do anything with it, which was important. That was a thought process at the time, but it always amazes me now, and it didn't start for a while. We didn't pick this up, but customers now, whatever machine they've bought from us, tend to say, "Oh, we're going Rytecing."
Yeah, well, we've had a couple say that. I don't call it flow collecting, I call it Rytecing.
Yeah.
Is this suppose similar what we've tried to do with the restorer?
The restoring,
In
yeah.
terms of where the name comes from and things like that, which is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, try and start everything we manufacture. Try if we can to put an R at the beginning of it. But anyway,
start running out
we
of
didn't
names,
go
but
that.
we'll
We
get
didn't
there.
get that well good at it. But
Yeah. So it started manufacturing
yeah, it did really.
effectively. And I know it wasn't you in house, but
No, but I had quite a big, reasonable
Yeah,
say in
yeah,
what we were
yeah.
doing and how the machine was built. But it was very quickly clear to me that I was still at this point trying to work in the other family business selling the industrial cleaning equipment. And my idea was if I could get a company, if Ryetec could have a portfolio of equipment that would sell year round, then I could maybe employ a salesman in that business.
What? So you weren't starting Ryetec to work
No,
in
that
yourself?
time it was a bit of a
It was
add-on,
going to be
really.
the side to Harris and Iron.
Yeah. I didn't think I could ever make a living out of it, and I still wonder sometimes. We took the machines to an Institute of Groundsmen's show at Peterborough Exhibition Centre, or Peterborough Showground, should I say. And the then new export manager from Peruso, Massimo Stivanella, who you've known.
Well, we've got pictures of me on family holidays on his shoulders, and now I deal with him.
Yeah, so Massimo
daily
came to
basis,
the
effectively.
UK, and he came to the IOG show, as it was called at the time, to promote Peruso. They'd just had a deal fall through with Ransoms, and they were trying to get back into the UK market, and they basically went round handing leaflets out. I didn't even meet Massimo, I don't think, at that show, but I had this flyer, and I happened to be in Italy a few months later with the other business, because we used to get the cleaning equipment supplies from Italy. Went over there with a real character. I said to him, do you mind coming with me to this manufacturer near Venice that I'm thinking of maybe buying stuff off? And he said, yeah, that's great. So off we went. And met Peruso for the first time and came back as UK importer.
And that was 1992? 93,
yeah, that would be 93 probably, yeah.
by the time we started with them. So that's, so what are we, 20, 20...
30 plus.
30 years.
33 years.
33 years with them, aren't we? Yeah.
It was a good way of
Which is
getting away
quite,
from George, looking around factories in Italy, because it'd be a little
Exactly,
nipper.
yeah. Well, he was just a whaling kid.
Well, that was what
Well, he probably maybe wasn't even a whaling kid then.
family holidays growing up were, going to factories. And, well, we had Sylvia used to look after us while you and Mum went off to a factory to
Yeah.
have a meeting or whatever it would be, wasn't it?
But we brought those
Right,
first
now.
machines over. I seem to recall there was 5 machines came on the first order. We had no customers. That's it. Standing start. No customers, no sales material, nothing.
And flail collecting back then would be nowhere near where it is now
No.
in the market.
And I took the first, I went to around dealers and went to their little open days and things like that. And people, any negative remarks you took on board, maybe more than positive. Oh no, how are we going to sell these? And then they didn't quite work as well as they might have done, because our grass is wet and heavy compared to Italian grass, which is light and dry.
Well, one thing that we need to do, which we keep on delaying, is you going over to the factory. But I think a testament to it is how much respect you have when you go to the factory, because of the ideas over the years that we've come up with to develop their machines.
What did they call you? The crazy Englishman?
I don't know. I think worse than that, probably.
Yeah.
I used to meet with, back then, Adriano Peruso, who sadly only recently died at the age of 93 or 4. But he was very much in charge, so he'd been sort of in his early mid-60s then. But he was very much in charge. They'd only just started this ground care manufacturing side. Previous to that, it was all agricultural. They made mills.
Still do, don't they?
Predominantly, and they still do. But it's a very minor side of the business, and the ground care side has taken over from it. But it was very new to them still, and there's quite a lot of development work to do, which we did quite a lot of. But to begin with, it was difficult to get the, I suppose, respect. We hadn't sold any machines, and yet we were finding problems with them. But we weren't just going back and saying this doesn't work.
It was a solution.
We were modifying things, because I couldn't afford to buy machines in from Italy and then sit with them on the shelf. I had to sell them to make some money to keep going.
Yeah.
So I had to modify them, if there was modifications to be done, to make them do what they weren't doing. And we were quite good at that.
Were you doing that yourself?
Yeah, to begin with, yeah.
Poor early customers, if they had your welding to deal with.
Exactly. No, it's gone off as my welding. It used to be a lot better than it is now.
I heard it all.
we gradually gained some respect from Perusa for
Well, and now we'll be
changing those, and
they're our
then
biggest supplier, aren't they?
yeah, biggest supplier.
I know our longest standing one, and we've got a good relationship.
Best
with them.
product range. But then it was sort of, right, what do we do now? Do we add more things to it? So we took GL1 on to get us the compact edge cutters. And then hoping that we could my idea was to add another product brand or another range that would complement what we were already doing, but would potentially take off and be as good as or better than the Perusa range.
No, I think it's interesting, isn't it, how it then forms
So
where we are now.
GL1
When you look at the beauty, I think now is when we're manufacturing, we know what you want as a customer because we've been customers of manufacturing companies in the past, and you know that when people have an idea, you're better off listening sometimes.
You have to be your own worst
'Cause it's-
critic.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you it's no good thinking, oh, look at this, we've made this machine, it's perfect. And of course it's not perfect.
Yeah.
There's always something to improve, and you've got to be hungry for that that challenge, I suppose. And that you've got to apply your standards or your best customers' standards, if that's the right term, to the machines that you're purveying. And that's
We've always been a premium product, haven't we?
The Perusas, I always wanted it's because to me, it's easy to sell a premium product. The product should speak for
I think you
itself.
always tell the story, don't you, of Uncle Pete at the time selling second-hand cars, and the person who was spending £5 wants the same service as whoever's spending 50 grand on a car.
Yeah,
So you might as well sell the 50 grand car as
Yeah.
opposed to the £5 car.
yeah, light bulb moment.
Yeah.
We started with log splitters, and that was completely by accident. That was before KTS. So
Because your man wanted one for payment for a job, didn't he? Wasn't it? Tommy? Was it Tommy?
no,
Who worked at APS?
no.
Yeah.
So our first salesman, Copper,
That was it.
He wanted a ram. He said, "Oh, have you got any hydraulic rams? I want to make myself a log splitter." And we were just about to go over to Italy to the biannual IMA show, where we catch up with all our suppliers and look for new suppliers. So it's sort of Italy's equivalent of the Paris show, or now the Agritechnica. So all the manufacturers in Italy are there. I said we might as well, there's always a hall full of log splitters. We might as well, why don't we ever wander around and pick out what we think's the best, and we'll say we want a machine to evaluate, and we'll go from there. So that's what we did. We brought this machine over.
Don't say that too much. We'll never get any samples from
Yeah.
you ever again.
And anyway, this machine was Copper. It didn't go down to Copper for a while. It was sitting in the workshop. And then we went, there was a show on, and I said to him, I think we'll take that log splitter with us to the show. We might as well, and then you can take it home from there. And I think we sold 6 machines off the back of it at that show. And got us thinking a bit, so we bought some more in. And
Well, that's how it started with the timber trailer, wasn't it? Because we had processors, and you wanted a timber trailer for the yard.
yeah.
And we got a timber trailer in, and then
'Cause
someone
we were-
came to look at a processor and said, "Oh, I like your timber trailer."
Yeah.
And then it was...
Well, exactly. And so that was how we got into log splitters. We started importing them from Italy. There was a bit of a supply problem. There was an opportunity to bring some in from China. We started doing that. We sold a lot of those.
Well, and they're still selling in the market now, but we were one of the first ones to bring them in.
Yeah.
And what Royal Welsh show one year must have, was it 26?
20 odd machines.
Whatever it was,
yeah.
off the stand.
And they were our, of the time, they were our front boxes, or our front boxes are now the
Yeah.
log splitters of
Yeah.
the time. They're the machines that we can sell over the phone without a demonstration.
Well, the
And they're,
boxes
a
as well
lot
are
of-
sold a lot on reputation, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because Joe Bloggs has one and his neighbour's got one, and
Yeah. And
or they've seen one in a dealer's
in the
yard.
scheme
or-
of things, a relatively low value product that's you can sell multiple numbers of, and help pay the bill, help pay those sort of everyday bills that keep coming in.
You'll have built the first batch of them, did you?
Boxes.
Yeah. Were you? Yeah, you'll.
Well,
Yeah.
Because you started just as we moved to Millhouse, didn't you?
yeah, I helped with the first.
Max used to turn up on his little moped with his hand warmers on his...
I helped build the first quick cut. Wasn't very well involved. I think I was scraping splatter off or something.
So Max came to work for us at 16 as a apprentice,
I remember you
slave
said you
labour.
met,
Yeah.
slave labour.
Where
yeah.
did you meet? Where? I can't remember. Where. Someone had spoken to you. Had it been...
I emailed in.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, and then I
And then
didn't
you
check
came
the
and
emails
met.
for a month. And
They
emailed me back saying no, we haven't got anything. And then actually, I think we might have. So turned up and dog wouldn't let me out at the door, and yeah,
Yeah, it's long.
block.
Yeah,
I was just with left.
but then you've worked it from there, sort of learning the spanners, PDIing machines coming in from outside
welding
suppliers.
and painting and everything.
Well, that obviously came later once we started buying quick cut, which
refurbing more collectors. I did quite a few of them.
yeah.
Oh,
I
you
remember
did
there's a
refurb
picture of you
them.
proudly standing in front of the office with your first refurb where you'd done it completely from start to finish.
Yeah.
So you'd stripped the old machine, you'd repaired it where it needed repairing, you'd blasted and painted it.
Yeah, because we blasted ourselves back in the day, didn't we?
And so it was like they looked like a new machine
What
when
would
they
you be?
finished.
You'd be 18, 17, 18 then? Something
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
know, 17 I would have thought. But I did 3 of them, and they progressively got worse. Tell the camera, George kept trading them in, and you think, oh, we'll refurb that one, and progressively they got older and more.
Oh, it's got a bit of a
last
yard
one.
if anyone's got any old flow collectors that
The
want to
last
send
one,
it.
it took me about 3 weeks to weld it up, and then I did a quick cut. Oh,
Oh yeah,
and that had all rotted the bottom out. Whoa.
Yeah.
But anyway, that it helped.
good teach, good lesson learned. Good lesson learned.
Definitely.
It was a good time. To be fair, when you look at the business now, as an apprentice, you don't get as much variety, do you?
No, I would say you're more specialist as to what.
Because
you
it's
need
more.
to do.
We get an apprentice who comes who wants to be a welder, and that's what they do. Whereas you came and there was, you might be painting
Yeah.
one afternoon, you might be. Do you know what I mean? There was that much
you were
variety.
PDIing,
You're
there was-
PDI because we weren't painting every day, were we?
You might be setting the show up,
set up and
Setting
paint
a
whenever
show
it would be. So it's quite a good time
packing
to
parts.
get stuck
Yeah, it
in.
was all sorts. There was
Everybody had to do
watering
everything.
trees. And then
Yeah.
in summer
Yeah.
was my key task, watering.
Was
trees.
it?
Yeah, you set me on. I want these trees watering. And then the second year,
Which were they?
someone
Which
else
ones were they?
started as an apprentice, so I handed the reins over. Then I got a bollocking because they weren't getting watered. Well, it wasn't me. It was which trees? Them ones up on the bank as you pull in. Them saplings.
Right.
Well, they should be still there. I think.
Yeah.
And there was there was an oak tree in a bag as well. Anyway, so that was me.
Have you given the job of watering the new trees to anyone?
No, I think they'll be all right. Actually, I think we've done a good job there.
Anyway, so it was exciting, different, lots of variety, lots of learning.
Well, and opportunity knocks as well, Max, because you started literally at the bottom, the tree waterer, and now you're a sales manager, and you've had all those opportunities which you've more than risen to and excelled yourself in, and I suppose that goes to show what's possible with the right attitude and the right skills as well.
Going back a bit of history then, so when you obviously bought Quick Cut out in 2017.
Yeah, I suppose
2016, 17, wasn't it?
yeah.
So that's how manufacturing for Ryetec came into go.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity. I saw a little postage stamp advert in a little farming press magazine. I can't even remember which one it was, and it said farm machinery manufacturer for sale. There was an email address and a phone number, so I sent an email. Got a phone call back from the guy, and he said, yeah, we're making and selling whole crop headers, and I had absolutely no idea what he was talking about. And so, wow, that's a bit off the wall. Anyway, conversations continued, and we ended up, just a little business. My thinking was he a one-man band. He'd got the design. He was having the machines manufactured outside, and then he was doing the selling. And he'd been a John Deere dealer, I think, back in the day, and he'd taken this on, and the idea had come from New Zealand, and he'd refined it, and I just thought this might be a step for us into manufacturing, because we can definitely sell the machines, that's no problem. We can definitely handle the spare parts because we're all set up for that anyway. But with a little bit of extra outward impact, George's cousin
Well, we all know Jack.
was all trained up to do drawings and what have you. So he said he would help us with that.
Then we've got the drawings and gave them to him, and none of them. They'd obviously been made up by a man in a shed who knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But because the business had been sold, he wasn't fussed about telling us too much, was he? The original.
Well, the
Paddy came up and was very helpful.
Yeah.
But the original guy who'd been making them just knew what he was doing, and that's the way.
And he'd since retired. He had no vested interest in passing on anything there.
Sort of.
And then
we bought the business on the basis that one was sold,
we did.
and that one we finished at.
Yeah.
What time did we finish it on Sunday
About
morning?
4:30 one morning.
On Sunday morning? No, was it a Monday morning? It was Monday morning.
Loaded it
Monday
on
morning, loaded it on a trailer, and it went straight to Wales, didn't it?
It didn't. It didn't really work very well.
No. But we were in all weekend. I remember. Were you with us?
Yeah, it's the first one where I didn't do much. I was just scraping slack.
No, but as in that assembly weekend.
No, I got out of that.
Yeah.
It was the Yorkshire Show weekend, if I remember rightly, so I was there.
God, that was horrendous, wasn't it?
That was bad.
And we had people dropping like flies with didn't feel great or whatever, and then he got to. Remember, you were meant to be at Frank and John's at Rillington for a barbecue, and we all went there to grab some food, and then went back to
with black faces and black hands and
back to the workshop, and then when we opened the door, when we'd finished it and it was light, and I was like, this is a bit ridiculous.
So that one went to India in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, Indonesia, isn't it? Yeah.
The original Quick Cut came to us. It used a Lely disc mowing bed. I had no idea, but at the time we were buying or negotiating over buying Quick Cut. The Agco at the same time had bought Lely and then closed the factory in Holland where they were making the disc cutters. So by the time we'd bought Quick Cut, we couldn't get the disc bed that fitted in the header. So we had to very quickly redesign it, which was money we didn't have, as usual. But we were sort of pushed into a corner. It did, to be fair, the old machine needed redesigning. It
was a blessing
way
in
out
disguise,
of date,
wasn't it? I think.
Way out of date. And it got us in with Marangon,
Well, yeah. And
who were just up the road from Perusa, funnily enough.
when did we have that discussion? What would we be? Would we be 6 months into Quick Cut when we just thought we'd bought a headache? Yet
Thought we had got ahead.
Well, yes, but as in we sat there and we were like, we've made a mistake here.
Yeah.
But then you look at it now, the series of events of what it's led to.
Yeah, we wouldn't be making the Restorer.
It's been one of the best things we've ever done. That's the best mistake we've ever made.
Yeah, absolutely.
By persevere, I guess, because we couldn't just go.
We couldn't give in. We couldn't give in. We'd spent the money. We had to make it.
Haven't we? We had
get
to
something
make it
out
work.
of it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We had to get something
It's a
out
good
of it.
machine now, isn't it?
And
It's brilliant,
it did
yeah,
the
it's
job.
good.
It did the job. It got us into manufacturing.
Yeah.
And
then
led
you
us
look
to the
at-
boxes.
Yeah.
Introduced us to Sean, which led us to the box.
Yeah.
Which then led us to the Restorer.
Yeah.
Now
And
the
then,
Riot.
and then on from there onto the Riot. Yeah. But
And
it's
whatever
been
comes after that.
Yeah, which has been a massive. Yeah. You look back now and you think, oh, it's transformed it over what was.
Opportunity knocks.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it's double the size of the
exactly.
business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Double the size of the business.
Very good. Cheers.
What's on?
Right,
So we
so
heard about Mark's history. Heard about my
your
history,
history?
briefly. What's George's history?
Are we
Because
going
I
to
don't
finish
even know
in the
this.
G? Or are we
Hey?
going to see if we can.
Well, you can do if you want. Then go on then.
Quickly.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, it's not bad. Oh, you've
I've eaten tea, that.
Oh, I think there's a definite. Look at that. I think
You haven't nowhere near, bud.
Look at that.
Well, that's
Bob
above.
on.
It ain't. Yours is well below. You haven't got your spectacles on.
No, but you got to hold it so you can level it up as well.
Typical George, always bending the rules.
Yeah.
How did I get in? Well, growing up, I remember in school holidays, I remember I used to beg my friends to invite me round because if I wasn't, then I had to go to work. And whereas now I look back and think, God, lucky to have it because there's lots of people you meet without that drive, I guess, or work ethic, as it were.
There's no mention of him enjoying actually being with you or anything like that.
Well, you don't at the time. You just think you don't really know.
Just slave labour.
Yeah, exactly. I used to enjoy doing used to do the shows through school holidays, didn't we?
It's good in when we were stock taking at cable tying 10 flails together.
Yeah, bloody. I sent Sam a message the other. I can't remember when it was. We were stock taking. I just remember we used
Sam
to
being George's elder brother.
and we used to line up the shackles 3 at a time. You could stack them in each other for hedge cutters. I used to have a line of that, and I sent Sam a message. Said, "What does this remind you of?" Been in the old. What do we even call it? The shed at.
Well, just the parts. What you mean?
Yeah, but I thought it had a name. Not Black Shed.
The box.
No, not.
What did we
No,
call
with
it?
the little tiny parts room.
Yeah, little Ryetec shed.
Ritech shed or whatever it was, yeah. And then we got a bit obsessed with rugby for a period of time and went off to Australia for a couple of years. Went to uni but didn't really enjoy that, to do sports science, which you told me I shouldn't have done. And look back now. But the only thing I did learn, I ended up working more at uni than actually doing my course. And
Worked for a family friend, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it cemented more that work ethic, and I learned a lot about a different business, which was good. And then went off and played rugby in Australia for 2 seasons or whatever it was, and then but worked out there for second time round for a machinery dealer and a hire company doing truck driving and all different jobs.
I think you've missed out an essential little bit of that, though. You've skipped over quite a section of when you used to come in school holidays, Yorkshire Show being the obvious one. You and your older brother Sam used to demonstrate log splitters, and I used to give you that as a little job. You boys can go and demonstrate the log splitter, and if you want to sell one, you can sell one, and this is how much they are.
Yeah.
And you did that, both of you did that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Which was the first show you ever did?
Royal Welsh always is in my mind, but it won't be. It'll be Yorkshire Show. I remember Royal Welsh Show with that year we sold 20 odd, and that was sort of the gold standard of school holiday selling at the time.
All right. What did you get treated to?
I don't,
You got a day
The
off.
treat was coming to the show.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, exactly.
What are you talking
I think
about?
that was it. To be fair, when I was at Molten School, I remember they used to give me it off as work experience, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were fairly. It was good there. Yeah, they used to get it off as work experience. But yeah, it'll have been Yorkshire, I would have thought. I always remember as well, we used to climb on the show van roof, and the health and safety guy came and told you off for letting us up there, and you were like, well, it's a lot safer him being up there than me, because you'd come through it.
Yeah, well, it was creaking a bit at the time, I think. We were probably in need of a new show van, and the roof was getting a bit tender. That's what children are for,
Yeah,
sweeping
exactly.
chimneys and
But then,
going on show van roofs.
yeah, then I came home in 2016, 17, wasn't it? Just after we were just before we moved to Millhouse, and then just kind of, I don't know, got involved. And then I remember you went on holiday for 2 weeks, didn't you, or a week? And then I just that was my first taste of you not being there, and I think I sold a timber trailer or something like that from memory. And then when I came back, I sort of said that's what I wanted to do, and we've gone on from there. And we've worked quite well together because although we're father and son, we're very different, and we each played to our. Well, we had a bit of a fallout in COVID, didn't we? Which helped us massively because we sort of said, well, what are you good at? What am I good at? And then let's just focus on them and make it work. Which would be which was, I think, the best thing that's ever happened again. And
It does work really well.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Whether that comes over or not to other people is
Yeah,
another question.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter, does it? But it's no. I think I consider very lucky to have had the opportunity we have with it, and also you learn so much about, where would you ever learn what you learn doing what we've done anywhere else, because you just get you're open to so much and stuff like that. And even with you, Max, the way you've come through, you've seen the business grow so much and develop. You kind of,
Well, you look at what you've got going on down there now.
and every time someone starts new, they go, "Oh, we feel like we're at the start of the journey," or whatever it is, because there's always so much going on. It's brilliant. It's really exciting, isn't it? And you look at the building work now. But yeah, I think going back, it was shows were the big thing. Were what I remember doing, school holidays and stuff like that. And
Very good.
We used to do a lot. We used to do a lot of shows.
yeah,
It's far too many, but you just were always conscious that was the old-fashioned way of getting the name out there. Now it's all internet. It's doing podcasts and that type
Social
of thing.
media,
I did my wagon license. It was 18, and went
Yeah.
off, and then came back, and all the wagon went off to Somerset to deliver a forestry that timber crate.
Sent you off with the old Renault tractor
between
unit.
Christmas and New Year.
And it came back
plowed
looking-
up the guys. The guy was like, "Just don't hit the verge, whatever you do." Pulling out and ploughed that back into the trailer into his verge, which went down well.
Came back with the wagon looking like something out of Mad Max, bits hanging off it, dangling at the front, lights
I'm
hanging
not saying
out.
anything. I hate wagons.
No, and Max has continued that that journey.
It's not my forte. It's quite nice looking back over them years, isn't it, of how much you've developed, Rytec's developed, especially in the UK, and now as we look to snowball things not only in the UK but abroad, especially with our first international show last time,
Yeah,
and that is something we'll come on to talk about next time.
yeah.
Agritechnica.
Did we mention we'd been to Germany at all?
No, you definitely haven't.
No,
You didn't
I don't think I mentioned it once.
post it enough. Yeah.
No.
But that's
What we'll get into next time.
yeah.
Yeah. Right,
Is that
okay.
is that the right way?
Yeah.
The first Rytec roundup, number 1.
Job done.
Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you found it boring,
Yeah, you
definitely
can
let
think
us
of
know.
more interesting people to have in front of the cameras, then by all means send your suggestions. in.
Cheers.
cheers.
Until next time at the Ham and
Ryetec
Cheese.
roundup.
Yeah, if you want to come and buy us a drink while we're filming, you're more than welcome.